Welcome to this Pádel. Today we are in Madrid with a very special guest, Pedro Torecillas, an entrepreneur, a techie guy, and also a Pádel entrepreneur and long-time Pádel player, right, Pedro?
Yes, exactly. I've been playing since I don't know 1999 or 2000, something like that. It sounds like a lot. Like I should be really good at paddle, but I'm not. To be fairly honest. But yeah, I've been playing for a while.
But everything depends on who do you compare with, right?
Well, I compare myself with my friends that started at the same time, and I'm not at that level. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so Pedro, you're a techie guy, right?
I am.
You and we met each other in our tech life.
Exactly.
Your previous life, right? It's our life, yeah. But you were first the partner of a good friend of mine,
Exactly.
Theo, and also you work at Work and Talent? No,
Job and Talent, yeah. Yeah, so I'm a product manager, background engineering, product manager background. I met my co-founder at my IT or software consultancy company called Theo at Job and Talent, where he was the VP of technology, I was the VP of product, and we've been working together in our own startup called Circular that we sold to another company like 6 months ago or so. And also doing consultancy services. So I've been working as an entrepreneur in tech for almost my whole life, professional life.
Yeah, but we knew each other. We never knew that we both liked Pádel until recently, right?
Exactly.
Like when I started doing content.
Exactly.
And you were creating Volcadita.
That's it.
So what's Volcadita?
Volcadita is a paddle clothing brand inspired by streetwear. The idea is to do encore clothing that is inspired in streetwear, and off-core streetwear that is inspired by paddle.
Okay, so it's both ways, right?
Exactly.
But they're not like fluor shiny colors.
No.
Forbidden.
No. That's exactly where we saw the opportunity. Like most of the traditional or big paddle brands are very focused on performance. So like I'm gonna hit harder than you. I'm gonna run faster than you, and they forgot a little bit about the aesthetic. To be fairly honest, that's my view. And there's like some other new paddle clothing brands that are emerging all around Europe that are more focused on aesthetic. But some of them, most of them, to me, feel a little bit soulless. So we felt there was an opportunity to create something with a Mediterranean soul, a paddle brand that is focused on aesthetic, but also on performance for on court, but that really cares how you look with the clothes that you wear for both playing paddle or for outside of the court wearing paddle related clothes.
El cuarto set, right?
El cuarto set, exactly.
That's important in Spanish,
Exactly.
or in Spain at least. And you talk about the Mediterranean lifestyle. You are based in Almeria, right?
I am. So I'm originally from Almeria, which for anyone that doesn't know is a city in the southeast corner of the peninsula in Spain. I started playing paddle there after playing tennis since I was a little kid. Then I spent almost 20 years out of Spain, and now I came back to my hometown. And at the end of the day, maybe Volcadita is just a way to project the experience and the lifestyle, playing paddle under the sun, by the sea, and having a drink afterwards that I've enjoyed so much my whole life.
I was reading a little bit about your photo shooting sessions because there's a lot of thought. Like the brand has been really like crafted and bold, like the colors, the lifestyle. How do you position the people that are wearing it just for the photo shooting? And I think there's something inside the brand that is different. Also, like the typography that you picked too. So I think this is not just like I'm gonna buy some T-shirts, put a logo, and go and sell them. There's something that makes it different, like to have a soul. How do you build that?
To be fair honest, most of the creative part is done by me or my co-founder, Carmen, that has been in the fashion industry for 15 years. And at the end of the day, it's translating some sort of aspirational or idealized lifestyle around paddle that I truly think we can export from Spain. So when you have I think when you have a clear vision of what you want to convey, what you want to communicate, it's just like things, fall into place. Obviously, I had some help for the logo and typography, but I would say even the colors are all ours. Part of the experience that we want to convey with Volcadita.
So what does the name come from, Volcadita?
Volcadita is another way of saying chiquita, which is that that play when you throw like a slow ball to the feet of your opponent when they're in the net, so they have to raise the ball and you can attack and try to conquer the net. And we really like that because it's not about an offensive hit at the end of the day, but it's not about strength or speed. It's about finesse.
Yeah,
You mentioned before, like it's being smart, finesse, and that's like what we're trying to also to build in terms of the spirit of Volcadita, right? Like it's not that much about performance. It's like I'm gonna almost come with a hangover and I'm gonna win you anyway, right? Like very casual.
Yeah. I was looking around and well.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to the court and just beat you, but I'm not ultra prepared, but doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's part of the magic of paddle too.
Exactly.
Like, you can see people with the paletero full of things and
exactly,
then just
exactly.
coming with a pala like this and they go and play and they have fun. Sometimes they have great games. Also, you've played most of your life here in Spain, but you've been also visiting out of Spain and getting to know how paddle is spreading. How do you feel about that? Like how paddle is going out of Spain?
I mean, looking at not even visiting or talking to people, but also like looking at the pure number, it's true that paddle is growing very fast in North America, as you know, but also in the West. I think as a Spaniard have an opportunity here because it's like we alone Argentinians obviously and some other nationalities, but mainly Argentinians and Spanish have some sort of authority here, right? Like it's not like I'm launching a baseball brand, right? I'm launching a paddle brand, which is a sport that has been around me since I was a little kid. So I think the expansion is clear, and the opportunity that for Spanish people and for Argentinian people to be on top of that growth is a very good opportunity, and that we clearly see too.
How do you see the expansion of your brand? How is your, not just the business model, but also like the distribution, the selling channel, how it's gonna work?
I mean, we're just getting started. So we launched like 3 months ago. Right now we have our own website, so direct to consumer, pure direct to consumer. And at the same time, we're opening our first club and retailers both in Spain and the UK, which is the first market that we are trying outside Spain. We're also starting to test France. The idea is to just see how well received is there, and if the market is mature enough in those countries to understand a brand like Volcadita. So far, we're getting really good feedback. But yeah, we'll see during the coming months. The idea is to do a mix of direct to consumer, and then we need to find our sweet spot in terms of distribution channel. I'm not sure if that's going to be clubs, and the shops in the clubs, or that's going to be retailers, both online and physical retailers. Also, there's an opportunity to distribute Volcadita on fashion retailers, so not necessarily sport retailers, right? Like we're trying to build. If you look at the long-term vision, we believe there's like really big brands that have been created on like that started as niche sport brands. You can think of Patagonia, North Face. If you look at climbing and mountain, you can think a lot of Quicksilver for surfing. There's Vans and skating. There's like a lot of them. More recently, you have On Run, right?
Yeah.
Which is a big global fashion brand on top of a running brand.
Yeah.
So we believe we are gonna start with Pádel, but our ambition is to build a global fashion brand.
It's great. And there's women and men's life, or like I would say women's and men like lines of product. How does it work? Is it very different, or is it more like finding the mood more than changing the I don't know, the gear itself?
We have a lot of unisex stuff for the off court, but the truth is for on court it's completely different, right? Because you have to be very specific about the way the clothing actually fits you. But even in that scenario, we made a couple of bold bets in terms of the kind of on-court clothing that we tested at launching. For instance, we have bike short for women, and we have even leggings for women on top of the usual skirts. And we have sleeveless tops that are a little bit, how you say, holgado, wider.
Yeah.
So we are trying, we like to play with different fits. So it's not the usual performance-based clothing, and you can be more comfortable and looking better without sacrificing much, to be fairly honest. Because it's true that we mix cotton in the on-court clothing that is mostly polyester and spandex on the traditional performance-based clothing. So you sacrifice a little bit of the performance, if you like, but clothes looks much more better.
I love it. And how do you vision the future of paddle right now that there are like leagues, like more content, more brands? Did you ever imagine it was going to be like this?
I think it's a complete mess right now, which is very fun.
Yeah. To watch and to tell for me is super funny.
I mean, obviously, I'm a follower of the leagues and everything, but I'm only a specialist in the branding and fashion part of Pádel, to be fairly honest. And there's like new brands popping up every other week, which is great. I think we are in a privileged position to build a very specific brand with Volcadita. But I love that it's like a lot of competition, a lot of new fresh ideas. Even the content that is being generated from the different brands changes completely. I don't think anyone is creating the same content that we are. That is very if you don't know it's a paddle brand, if you see some of the videos and photos, you could say it's a streetwear brand. So I think it's very fun right now, very messy, a bit chaotic, but it will converge at the end of the day, right? Like when it happens in every industry, right? When it matures, everything converts. Some brands just close, or they are bought by another. You know how.
I'm gonna be a little like evil, but in a good way, funny way. But I don't see myself, and maybe it's your vision, but I don't see myself your brand being whereby like teams that go well together wearing the same and putting names. It's more like casual, but being yourself, like personality.
You know what? We've been offered by a club to do the teams wear.
Okay.
And I'm having a sort of a struggle with them. I don't know if that's gonna go out. I'm just being. That's gonna happen.
Maybe it works.
I'm gonna be very, very honest here, because I have an issue with the logo placement.
Okay.
I believe that one way of understanding where the paddle industry is as an industry, if you like in a maturity level, is by the amount of freaking logos that everybody has on the shirts. So I'm not placing 5 logos on a Volcadita shirt. That's all.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling like. Do you remember when we were younger and we went to the movies? The ads you see before a movie are super strange because could be like the Mercedes-Benz Boro brand with the hairdresser that is next door to the cinema. So with Pádel happens the same. Could be the dentist next door to the club, or then like Nike or Adidas. Like what the hell is going? So I have the same feeling as when I went to the movies in my neighborhood.
So I do believe there's an opportunity, obviously, to build gear for teams, and I would love that. But I think we need to find some balance between the number of logos, because I think we have to be very coherent and honest with our vision. And if even if I have a big opportunity, you see a Volcadita shirt with 5 different logos, 5 different sizes, typographies, all over the place. Different. I don't know. I don't feel that that's gonna be very on brand.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you had that feeling, because I have it. I have it too.
And I cannot. No, I don't see that. Like maybe the team may have the hat if they like it. Okay, that's different. But that I don't know. It's
if any team is interested but doesn't have a lot of logos, we are all ears.
That's different. My last question is related to the industry.
Mm-hmm.
How is behaving when you go and you tell them you're doing this? Is they're interested, they're curious, or they don't really understand? Because I think your background is so different from most of the people that create a new brand in Pádel, that I understand where you come from, because I think we both have we've seen how tech products are built,
mm-hmm.
and the trade-offs you have and the decisions and what you sacrifice, but at the same time it's not easy to be that clear on what's on brand and what's not on brand.
Mm-hmm. To be fairly honest, my co-founder had her own brand, fashion brand before. Some of the things that I'm saying here is just repeating her knowledge. So,
but you trust her.
Yeah, of course. But she's the one telling me sometimes when I'm creating content and exploring, that's not on brand. You have to sacrifice that. That's not on brand. She even worked for some big fashion brand at some point. They even were very strict about the retailers that could,
Mm-hmm.
We are not at that point yet.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. I mean, I think creating a brand is a long-term game, and being very, even if you go slower, being very, very coherent, and and everything should be aligned towards your vision of what you're trying to convey. So I'm completely okay with letting opportunities pass if I'm not 100% sure that they are on brand. And I think building a tech startup, you let things go not because they are not a brand, but maybe because you don't have time and you have to focus.
Yeah.
But I would say it's very weird, at least in my experience, to let opportunities pass because you don't feel they are on brand, right?
But you're self-funded so far, right? So you, I would say, en mi hambre mando yo, right?
Exactly.
So
En mi hambre mando yo.
That's it,
It's a very...
But during your conversation, you've been talking about content many times. How important is content right now?
I think it's the most important piece of marketing. I read and I follow a lot of direct-to-consumer kind of expert, and I follow a lot of brands that I like, that are not in the padel space, that I consider a reference. There's a lot of some cool tennis brand. Tennis is much more mature I think in every aspect, but also in the fashion brand aspect of things. And I think content is the sort of the cornerstone of your communication as a brand right now. So we are not producing a lot of content, but we try to produce only high quality content that is very on brand, and we'll see how we scale that.
Okay. What's next for Volcadita?
What's next for Volcadita? So it's only been 3 months. So far, so good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's about finding the right distribution channels. That's the main thing, and we are already thinking about new clothing. But right now, we are completely focused on distribution and understanding what are the channels that work for us.
Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you, Rosa, for having me. One more thing, sorry.
One more thing. This is very Steve Jobs.
One more thing.
Should I keep recording or?
You can record. You can.
We can cut it. This is very.
I think it's actually.
Oh. Momento. Oh, Volcadita. My Volcadita. I'm gonna open it unboxing.
Unboxing. I'm gonna clip this as an unboxing.
I was going to. Can I?
Yeah, of course. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, this sound like scratchy, scratchy. So this is also part of the branding,
Of
right?
course.
Oh,
It's our pattern.
oh, the paddle is looking good. I like it. I like it. See. So next time I play, I'm gonna play with this.
This is of course. Sorry about that. But I can get you. I can get you.
No, but in Miami, I can play with this. Oh, but look at this.
This
Attention
is
to detail.
this is basically our main piece,
Oh, but I like it.
which is the bien tirada shirt.
So you have your.
Yeah, the place with the double sense of bien tirada shot and a drink and a caña.
Like,
I hope you like it.
Like a draft.
A draft beer. A draft beer. Yeah, bien tirada is how you say when there's like a very well drafted beer.
So thank you twice.
Welcome.
Right? No, I love it. I'll make some pics with.
That's
with
great.
In
Thank you so
Miami,
much.
for example, like.
Amazing.
So thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.